Middle Ages Today, about the most interesting events in the HMB movement from all around the world in one place. In this issue, HMB Federations and Leagues summed up season 2014. Who are these guys that have the best ranking? The girl from the cover of a men's magazine. How to attract men to read articles about HMB sport. Forget about choreographed reenactment battles where no one gets hurt. World press about real, full-contact battle in armour. Breaking. The French Federation of Bourgogne announced the resumption of the national team rankings. This applies to the category 5 versus 5, and in the future, pro fights. The scoring of teams will take place throughout the year, and points will be awarded based on performance at prestigious national tournaments and the team's score. Results will be updated on the official website of the French Federation of Bourgogne. The organisers are confident that the rating will be an interesting addition to the newly introduced HMBIA rating. The WMFC Pro Fight League summed up 2014 and nominated a number of fighters in unusual categories. Thus, the premier fighter, Vitaly Gryzlov, Russia. The heaviest fighter, Ilyas Vyshutin, Ukraine. The most audacious fighter, Krzysztof Shatecki, Poland. The most stubborn fighter, Lukas Kowal, UK. The youngest fighter, Slava Levakov, Russia. The most lightweight fighter, Un Maxim, Russia. The Estonian Medieval Fighting Iron League has named the winners of the ranking pro fighters of the Estonian Historical Fencing Association. Included in this list are warriors from the Baltic HMB region, Estonia, Finland, Latvia and Russia. The HMB get-together is currently taking place following the qualifying tournaments for the World Cups. In February, those battles took place in Russia, Ukraine and the United States. According to the results of qualifying events in Moscow, the seats were shared as follows. First place, Partizan 1, Club Bern, Moscow. Second place, Furious 5, Club Southgate, Stavropol. Third place, Bear Paw, or in Russian, Medvezhya Pyad, Club Bern, Nizhny Novgorod. The final qualifiers competition for the Russian national team are planned for March the 14th. The results of Ukraine qualification 5 versus 5. First place, Aina Bera 1, club from Kiev. Second place, Garmata, Club Knyaz, Kharkiv. Third place, Sharukhan and Rarog, clubs from Kiev and Nova Kakhovka. USA, the national HMB tournament, has taken place in California, USA on February the 7th. On the 7th of March 2015, the USA Nationals will take place, where we'll finally find out which teams will go to the World Cup. Note that the same day in the Old World sees the final tournament of the Polish Medieval Combat League and the French Federation of Bourgogne. On March the 20th, the Battle of the Nations and the UK qualifier is planned in the UK. At the end of March, the qualifying tournament for Team HMB Austria takes place. Workshop. The Celts are coming. HMB fighters from Scotland and Ireland held their first joint training in February. They called it the first in the Celtic Nations training event. The Scottish Knight League and Medieval Armoured Combat Ireland. Estonian club Nordburg took part in the Prague Falchion tournament. Before travelling, the guys held a big training session where the new list was tested. They were very pleased. The Warriors are happy to invite everyone who has an interest in HMB sport to join the workout. Women's League. Today our story will be about the warlike girl from the cover of a men's magazine, Galina Kovako. She's a two-time Russian champion and vice-winner of the World Cup Battle of the Nations. In ordinary life, Galina is a journalist, a columnist about the history of the blade in a glossy magazine. Fencing is a very intelligent form of martial arts, says Galina. During a fight, I constantly think about what kind of combination of hits I can use. An ideal fight for me is one where I get hit minimally while I score the maximum number of points. My guarantee of victory is speed and intelligence. Her favourite category is sword buckler and sword. Galina made her HMB debut in 2010. Prior to that, she had no professional experience. And in such a short time, she's already won 27 gold medals. Her own success is closely bound up with her personal trainer, Alexei Petrin, also an HMB fighter. Now training is in full swing, along with fencing, under the advice of her coach, including weightlifting. About the qualities required for each HMB fighter, she says, fighters should be cool-headed, rational, and calm on the lists. Events. Rise of the Knights 3 is over, with record attendances and a record number of participants. 32 teams from 7 countries took part in the battles. Polish duel masters from the Women's League filled the podium, including 4th place. The Polish men's team, Poland 1, took 1st place in 5 versus 5. 4 Polish clubs were declared winners. The silver medal goes to the UK, with the club Battle Heritage Lions. The bronze medal for the Poland 3 team. Let's see if the teams will be able to defend their titles at the World Championships in Malbork and Prague. Battling outdoors under the scorching sun or driving rain is a true test, and the organisers of the World Cup ensured it by default. And now about the calendar of events for March. The Women's Duels workshops are starting on March the 14th. Multiple medalist at the Botten Championships and IMCF Cup, Marcin Vashkielis, will hold weekend training for women in the sword and shield and longsword categories, and even buhurt techniques. The final qualifiers competition for the Russian national team are planned for March the 14th. On March the 20th, in Taupo, New Zealand, a medieval fair will be launched, with historic merriment, knightly fights, massed battles, siege artillery, pole, lath and arts. On March the 28th, the Open Tournament of the Estonian Medieval Fighting Championships will take place. Top. Today in the top, notable moments of winter, sometimes funny and often hugely touching. HMB fighters have a sense of humour and know how to laugh at themselves. For example, Spanish and Italian fighters like to pose on steel horses. The captain of the Italian national team captioned the pictures as follows: "People should adapt to modern times." What do you do before Battle of the Nations? Member of Team UK, Jamie Graham, shows how to combat well-equipped American football players. This action has led to publication in a local newspaper. Good job, Jamie. Spanish fighters have organised a real English tea party. Their photos collected a bunch of likes on Facebook. Give your attention to the main idol of the photo shoot, Christian Bernal. And now our congratulations to the participants of the Argentine national team, Andy and Juan Manuel. In February, the couple married. Welcome to the big HMB family. HMB promotion. French television channel I24 News, Israeli television and RTVI, speaker to the whole world in Russian, spoke in different languages about one event, the Israel Challenge. The HMB Pro Fight Arena remains a matter of interest among journalists as something bizarre and sometimes exotic. The world-famous French newspaper, Libération, wrote a report about the rise of the night tournament. And once again, the journalists emphasized that full-contact fighting has nothing to do with directing and model shows. Forget about choreographed reenactment battles where no one gets hurt, writes the issue. Exactly. You can find everything there. Not staged attacks, but real human blood. And emotions that are not fictitious. That's all for today. We'll meet you soon.